You got Wagyu beef sushi, you got fresh oysters, you got some Japanese barbecue here at one of the hottest new sushi and barbecue restaurants in Vegas. Hey guys, this is Steve from Rockstar Eater, and in today's video, I'm gonna be checking out one of the hottest new all-you-can-eat sushi restaurants in Las Vegas. I am here at 888 Sushi and Robata. It's kind of east of the Las Vegas Strip, and this is the first ever all-you-can-eat sushi and barbecue restaurant in Las Vegas. Plus the reviews on Yelp is super high. I mean, that's always good, right? So I'm gonna go into this restaurant, order their best things on the menu so that you guys know what to order when you come to 888 Sushi and Robata. And if you guys are new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. More of these awesome food videos coming your way. And with that being said, gonna be heading in there now and trying this awesome sushi restaurant. All right, this is pretty cool. It's kind of like a small little restaurant, and I heard that they've only been open for a few months, but they are already so popular. This place really does get packed, especially when you come at nighttime. So this is the same company that owns the 888 Japanese barbecue, 888 Korean barbecue, and Gangnam Barbecue restaurant, all of which I've been to. Super good, so that's why I know I am in good hands tonight. You'll see the menu right when you come into the restaurant. It's by the cash register. So standard price is $28. That is the lowest price. And kids, 4 to 8 is about $18. Looks like you can get your basic choices of nigiri, as well as the rolls, and the robata, which is Japanese barbecue skewers, as well as carpaccio and appetizer. But then you can also go with the premium $38 option, and obviously that means you get better and more choices. Yep, I can see it. I see more of the choices in this section, more here, and a few more down there in the robata, as well as the carpaccio and appetizers. So this is the one I'm gonna go with today. Signature $48 because you can get the most premium selections. And I see some of it right over here. Oh, for sure. Keep in mind, 90-minute time limit. So it begins once you start eating your first order. No leftovers, no to go. If you're cool with that, then you're ready to roll here. Lots of cocktails, as well as your beer and soju. Yes, they got everything here. So even though the $48 option is the one that gives you access to the most premium items, I do want to let you know that some of them is limited to one order per customer. I mean, I know, some of you guys have said in the past that that's not really all you can eat then, but hey, I would say one is still better than nothing because they give you something that's really expensive. But the majority of the other things on the menu, like 80 to 90% of it is truly all you can eat. And it looks like they got a lot of really good stuff on here. And here is all my nigiri. This is the stuff I usually focus on round one. So yes, let's do it. That is the uni, which is the sea urchin. And that is the ikura, which is the salmon eggs, as well as freshwater eel. All right, more uni, as well as king salmon at the center, and sweet shrimp. And then we also got some squid with the shiso leaf, as well as yuzu yellowtail, kampachi, very rich looking, and lemon salmon. One of my appetizers that I always gotta get, which is the baked green mussels. Gotta have it all the time. Essential part of all you can eat menu. And one of the things that I really love about coming to restaurants in Vegas, especially if it's off strip, is the availability of free parking. Back in LA, it's not always the case depending on what neighborhood you're at. But when you're here in this part of Vegas, yes, you can park for free. And then come on over and enjoy some premium sushi and barbecue. Always hits the spot all the time. This baked mussel is sweeter than the ones I've had at the other restaurants. It's just as creamy and the mussel is cooked perfectly. This is something I usually don't get when I go to those fancier a la carte sushi restaurants. But for all you can eat, it's like a staple for me now. I always have to get it in the beginning. By the way, what do you usually like to get as appetizers in an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant? Drop that comment because I would love to hear your story. This is another reason why you should go with the highest price point, because you could get stuff like the fresh oysters. When you bite into it, you swallow it, it automatically opens up your eyes. It's so bright and refreshing. I would highly suggest you order in your first round all the premium items, especially those that are limited to one per customer, because that's really where you're gonna get your money's worth. And then after that, you can work your way down. So always start from the top and work your way down. Why don't I start with some of that uni? Yes. Very creamy and fresh too. I've actually had sea urchin in sushi restaurants that was not fresh, believe it or not, and it happened more than one time. So I'm always thankful, especially in all you can eats, when the uni is fresh for the day. And another one of my favorites, the salmon egg. I feel that those salmon eggs have the right amount of saltiness to it. I've had some that were like really way too salty, but this one is perfect. I mean, how can you control the saltiness level of it, right? Is it just by luck that you pick the right salmon eggs to serve in a restaurant? Eel. Now here's something that I cannot forget about. I can eat eel, I feel like, every day if I needed to. And I noticed that the sushi here is sliced pretty long, and the rice ratio, look at that. They put a little bit underneath. That's a good thing, because a lot of all-you-can-eat sushi restaurants will put a lot of rice underneath in order to fill you up. Like less fish, more rice. This is the way you want it. You know, there's a taste of salmon that's hard to describe. Like when you eat it, you just know that that's salmon sushi you're eating. And that's really some of the best of its kind. But sweet shrimp is another one of those foods you cannot ignore, especially if it's on the premium list. Very soft too. I wouldn't say sweet shrimp is within my top 5 sushis to eat, but since it's a premium item, I just eat it anyways. You know, you got to get your money's worth, so you're gonna just order it and eat it just because it's like the bling bling item on the menu. Crunchy, and then it's kind of slippery all around. It tastes very different than octopus, because I think octopus is a little bit chewier and not as shiny. But squid is one of those foods that also I didn't eat as much when I was younger, but growing up, I started to appreciate it more. Yuzu yellowtail, kind of a fancy take on the traditional yellowtail. Wow, that's very tender and pretty fresh too. That's the way I like it. And then when I see Carpaccio on the menu, also another thing I love to get as well. Wow, that one is pretty good too. It's a little different than the yellowtail in the sense that it tastes like yellowtail, but it's kind of crunchier. It's actually a really good taste. I mean, I've had Carpaccio before, but I feel like every place that I've had Carpaccio, the texture was just a little bit different, but the taste always so good. And then lemon salmon, something that I've come to really like. Wow, that's like one of my favorite ones so far. The citrusy flavor definitely adds a lot to salmon. I mean, I've had it with orange as well. Both of them work really good. So perhaps you should try it sometime. And for sure, I gotta get my Wagyu beef as well. Oh yeah. So this one is the Wagyu beef sushi. And it looks like we got some tobiko eggs on top of it. Ooh, and this one is called the Niku Uni. That sounds fancy. So it's Wagyu beef that is over crispy seaweed. We got the sea urchin, which is the uni on top, as well as the tobiko. I think you're supposed to eat it kind of like a taco. I don't know, but that's the way I'm gonna eat it. It's marvelous. I mean, just like a flavor bomb in your mouth. Oh, for sure, you gotta get it. Especially if you're into Wagyu beef. They got some of these choices here, both as barbecue and sushi. Back a long time ago, I would have thought the idea of beef sushi is kind of weird, but growing up, you just kind of learn to eat a lot of new foods. Raw beef, it definitely tastes good if it's really fresh and high quality. Well, since this restaurant is called Robata too, I have to get my barbecue skewers, right? Starting with the premium items, like to the left, that's the scallops. Center is the eel, and to the right is the truffle parmesan beef. And then up here, we got the Wagyu beef on a skewer. Nothing too complicated, but sounds very good, right? It tastes just like cooked scallop that's kind of crispy all around. A little bit smoky, kind of sweet too. There's like a glaze over it that's kind of like a little bit like a teriyaki sauce, I would say. For sure, this is the one I'm gonna like. The eel on a stick, Robata. So you can get it as sushi and as barbecue. I'm telling you, I can eat freshwater eel, sea eel, any way. As sushi, as barbecue. I think the eel stick is one of my favorites by far. But then again, I'm very biased towards freshwater eel, so I'm very easy to please when it comes to eel. But hey, you guys should try it and let me know what you think. You can get so many interesting choices. You see this truffle parmesan beef? Ah. Oh man, that thing like stabbed me. I'm okay. Truffle, parmesan flavor, sweet too. And the beef, it has a little bit more of a chew to it than the Wagyu beef, obviously, but very tasty. So for sure, their beef skewers here, seafood skewers, very solid. I have no complaints. So this is the Wagyu beef skewer, the main one on the menu. Yeah, so anytime you see Wagyu, you just know that thing is going to be tender and probably rich tasting. And just to clarify, this is not Japanese A5 Wagyu, like the stuff from Japan. I think this is American Wagyu, but still, American Wagyu beef is better than just regular beef, right? Just to let you know that all the rolls come in 4 pieces so that you don't get too full just off of one sushi roll. That's very good idea. So this one is the 888 Surf and Turf, their premium roll. Okay, for sure I'm gonna try this. So on the inside we got cucumber, crab, avocado, shrimp tempura, and then on top we got torched Wagyu beef, garlic chips, green onions, and truffle ponzu sauce over it. You could really taste that truffle oil on it. I feel that truffle oil makes any food taste like $1,000,000. It gives it such a nice, fancy, rich flavor. Like, I'm not really the biggest sushi roll fan, and when I look at a menu that's so big like this one, I don't even know what sushi roll to get, so I just have to ask for recommendations. But this one is the one that's being promoted the most on the menu. So I guess if you're kind of looking for the right roll, then I guess that's one of them you should try. Since this is all you can eat, you bet I'm gonna get more before I get out of here. Maybe I'll try something that I have not yet, like a Carpaccio maybe? Alright, why not? I'll try this as well. This is one of their popular ramens on the menu. Yes, they do have ramen noodles. This is the black garlic ramen. At this point, you can tell I pretty much maxed out on most of the premium items. So now I am working my way down to eat the ones that I find the most personally interesting. I mean, the ramen, I don't always get it at an all-you-can-eat, but I'm just curious to see what it tastes like here. It's a very nice tasting broth. Has like a tonkotsu flavor, although not as rich tasting, I would say, as the ones you would find in restaurants that specialize in ramen noodles, like ramen shops. Oh, those noodles look very hot. You gotta be careful. I don't think it tastes like the ramen that you would find if you were to go to Sujita or those restaurants that specialize in ramen. So if you're expecting that, then you're going to be kind of disappointed. But hey, if you need your ramen fix, it is a very comforting dish. I mean, I enjoy it. It's just something that I can't quite as appreciate because I have to always focus so much on the sushi. So I'm trying my best here. So these are two of their most popular carpaccios on the menu. This one is the fish, which is the salmon with mango salsa. As you can tell, I'm a very big salmon fan, so I got another type of a salmon dish. And this one is Kobe beef carpaccio. Oh yeah, for sure. If you want to take advantage, once again, of the premium items, you got to get this one. Once again, not from Japan, so it's like some sort of a US variation. But still, I'll take it. Wow, it's so thin. It's like really paper thin. But then at the same time, it's really melts in your mouth. Now, Kobe beef sushi is something I don't see so much in all-you-can-eat sushi restaurants. I think I've only ever seen it like out here in Vegas. And I have a feeling I'm gonna really enjoy this one because it is one of my favorite fish after all. The mango salsa on top, I feel that now it kind of gives it like a Caribbean twist to it. You should really focus on stuff like carpaccio, sashimi, because the more fish, less rice, that's where you're really going to get the most out of your experience. But I know there's some of you guys who really like your sushi rolls with all the rice and sauce. This is my second and probably the last roll of the night. This is the crunchy chili and garlic salmon. So inside, cucumber, crab, avocado, shrimp tempura, and then on top, we got salmon, green onion with spicy chili, garlic sauce, and sesame dressing all around. I think the crunchy chili on top really makes this dish. I don't know if you guys have ever had it before, but it tastes so good. It's like tasting chili oil, like the Chinese chili oil, but with some sort of crunchiness in it on top of the salmon. Really good combination. And not too spicy either. And this one is the salmon skin hand roll. On the menu, you'll see about 9 different hand rolls. I would get more, but I'm getting kind of full, so I'm gonna try this flavor today. I almost feel like I'm biting into salmon skin chips. It's really that crunchy. I don't know if I can say that I love it. I just find it very unique, fascinating. I know that after today, I'll probably not have a salmon skin roll like this ever again. Well, this is worth mentioning too. The soft serve does come with the all-you-can-eat. You can get green tea, or you can get vanilla, or you can get a hybrid. That's pretty awesome. And the cheesecake, looks like this one is not included. It's $4.95 if you want to get it. And yeah, they also have this ice cream as well, different flavors. So this is about $2.50, but if you check in on Yelp, you can get it for free. Now, I cannot say that the food is exactly on the level as like here Fishy in Koreatown, LA, but by far it is definitely the best all-you-can-eat sushi that I've had in Las Vegas. But then again, I've only been to 2 of these restaurants in Las Vegas, but it's very solid. I mean, you get the barbecue, you get the sushi, you get the appetizers, very tasty stuff. So yes, it's here at 888 Sushi and Robata, which is one of the hottest new all-you-can-eat sushi and barbecue restaurants in Las Vegas. And before I leave, I'm also going to take advantage of their ice cream swirl. You got it right. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next Vegas food adventure.